How often do you use your personal K-Cup coffee maker?
I would say about 2 to 3 times a day.
Okay, and what motivated you to start using a personal K-Cup system?
I was motivated to use a personal K-Cup system when I moved on to college. I had one at my house where I grew up, but with the convenience of having to just use one K-Cup, I wanted to have one for school.
Can you describe your typical morning routine with your K-Cup machine?
I normally wake up with my partner and we use 2 K-Cups in the morning, back to back, just one, and then run the next one, and that is what our morning looks like.
And what flavor or types of coffee do you most frequently brew with your Keurig?
We usually do caramel. We're a big caramel lovers, so we like to have that as our primary flavor.
Have you experimented with different brew strengths or settings on your K-Cup machine? And if so, what are your preferences?
I have. I prefer to use the traditional setting on the K-Cup machine, so that way it just gives a good cup of coffee every time. And I have used the strong setting before, but to be completely honest, I don't see much of a difference.
How do you feel about the convenience of using a K-Cup system compared to traditional brewing methods?
I think it is so much more convenient to use a K-Cup than to use a traditional coffee maker. With a traditional coffee maker, you have to go through the steps of pouring in the water every time and getting a new filter and buying that each time. With the K-Cup, you can just pop it in and then just keep on going with your morning, so it's really convenient.
Are you aware of the environmental impact of K-Cup use, particularly in terms of waste and recycling?
I'm not. I'm sure it's not the best, especially because, at least to my knowledge, it's not recyclable, or the ones that I use aren't, or at least I don't recycle them, so I'm sure it does some damage. However, I'm unaware of what that actually looks like.
Have you personally taken any steps to address the environmental impact of using K-Cups, such as recycling or using reusable options? I know you just said that you don't often recycle, but is it something you do sometimes or want to do more of?
I do like to recycle. Where I'm at currently living is difficult to recycle, so I think that has a lot to play into it. However, I have used the reusable K-Cup options where you can just use the grounds and pour that in. However, that gets grounds in your coffee, so I still prefer to use the disposable ones. And you don't have to wash this, so it's just more convenient.
Are you familiar with any specific recycling programs or methods available for your K-Cups in your area?
Not particularly, other than I think some of the K-Cups you can take the tinfoil off and rinse them out, but as a busy college student, I don't do that.
That's perfectly acceptable, I understand. And have you encountered any challenges or limitations with recycling K-Cups that you'd like to share?
I have. I think that having to take the tinfoil off is a little bit of a challenge if you're thinking about it in the aspect of you have to make it easy for it to be marketable to people. So I think with that aspect, it makes it a little bit difficult. But like I mentioned prior, where I live, it's a little bit difficult because you have to take it down to the main floor, and that is just a little bit difficult sometimes and not convenient. So it doesn't typically happen.
Okay, perfect. I think with this, I have a more grasp on the consumer knowledge and ideas on K-Cups. I appreciate you, and you have a great day.
Thank you. You as well.